My name is Jamie. My TikTok handle is Yield Goth Witch. I am a seventh generation hillbilly mountain witch, and I've been a practitioner my whole life. I considered myself an atheist for the most part, and I never really believed in a deity at all. My concept of a deity was, fuck this. And I never swallowed the God concept, especially the Christian one. I just couldn't do it. This thought about this omnipotent sky daddy and his son. For some reason, it just 2 + 2 never equaled 4, and anything else with a deity, and it was just kind of repulsive to me. I just couldn't do it. I could not handle the thought of bowing down to some omnipotent power. And then recently I met Sante Muerta. I've always thought that if there was a presence here on Earth, it was death. It was a being. There is a description of death in almost every culture you've ever seen, from the cave walls to the paintings of the plague to everything. There's a figure of death, and it's typically described as a skeleton. Life and death go hand in hand. They have to. Death is the one grounds we meet everyone equally on. And I've always thought that, you die broke, and you die dead and cold. It doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter where you came from. Doesn't matter how you got here. You go out of this world the exact same way. Dead. It matters what you do while you're here. And I've always thought that. Recently, I got started on this journey of being this kind of social media person and talking about my grandmother's spell workings and superstitions and old family lore and, Daplich and folklore and witchcraft and all this spooky old shit I grew up with and absolutely loved, and the witchcraft I explored as a teenager and the subjects I explored as a teenager. And it's gotten popular on the internet. It started to bring me a little bit of notoriety, and it started to bring me some financial means, honestly. And it got to be pretty cool. I was really, really enjoying it. I was really struggling at home, though. My relationship just wasn't good anymore. And, some things happened, and I had to suddenly leave my home. And it was for the best, and it was my decision, and I had to leave my relationship. I just couldn't do it anymore. I could not be chained to somebody else's mental health. And so I grabbed my bags, and I grabbed my equipment to make my little TikToks, and I grabbed some books, and I grabbed my Sante Muerte stuff, because through TikTok, I had found the Holy Lady. I had found my Lady of the Shadows. Through a pure coincidence and through meeting the Devil's Dame on here and Conjure Mama on here, I met her. My Lady of the Shadows. And I had seen her on here, and I had kept seeing her picture and seeing her picture and seeing her picture and seeing her picture. And I got curious, and something told me to buy a candle, and I wanted to. I was like, this is cool iconography, and it went along with what was, this little belief I kind of had my whole life. And, I had talked to the Devil's Dame, and she said she's reaching out to you. If you reach for her, she will come to you. And I asked her how, and she did a confirmation reading, and it was this cool experience, and we've become friends. I also kind of flirt with her a little bit. And so I did. I went up to the Mexican grocery store. I bought some candles. I got on the internet. I ordered some books because I love books. And I bought a necklace off of eBay. And I started talking to Conjure Mama, who was my friend over in England, the crankiest old witch in the UK, about her. And she just kind of, encouraged me and helped me along, and was just there for me to say anything I needed to say to. And and anything I needed to know, and encouraged me to read and everything else. And my good friend Kayani also encouraged me to really read and, really explore it if that was what I wanted to. And so I grabbed all my Santa Muerte stuff, and I threw her into the back of my car, and I grabbed my books, I grabbed my notebook, I said goodbye to my cat, and I was just done. I couldn't do it anymore, guys. And I got in my car, and I threw my bedside Santa Muerte statue in my pocket. And I got in my Jeep, and I drove to my favorite bar, and I ordered a beer. And I told Alex, the bartender, what was going on. He's a good friend of mine. And I said, I just don't know what to do, Alex. I'm going to have to find an apartment, and it's going to have to be cheap, and it's going to have to be, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And he told me about this apartment. And this is within an hour of all this happening. And I said, yeah. And he goes, you can get in there easy. He goes, I promise you, I'll get you the info. He goes, I'll get you the info as soon as I can. And I said, okay, well, what do I do in the meantime? He goes, can you get a room? He was like, I said, yeah. He goes, get a room for the weekend. I was like, absolutely, I'll get a room. So I get a hotel room, and then I take an Uber back to the bar, and I enjoy my night. And I get a hotel room, and I reached out to my friends, and I told them this story. And on the Uber, on the way to the bar, I clutched my necklace, and I said, Santa Muerte, I need to have a good time tonight. I said, you're a holy lady, I need to have a good time tonight. But I said, but I need your help. And I said, if you can help me get this apartment, if it's safe and it's clean, please help me get this apartment, because I don't know what to do right now. And I said, and I'm scared. And I'm saying this in my head as we're driving in the back of this Uber. And I said, if this is very real, help me, please. I need your help right now. I said, I got your tattoo because what happened before happened between us, I think. And I said, I came through with my promise just in case. I got it tattooed on my thumb, see? I said, if this is real, help me, please. And I went to the bar, and Alex said, I'll get you that info. And I went and danced, and I had a great time, and I drank several beers, and I got home safely thanks to my business on TikTok and, being able to make money, being blessed with this opportunity to talk to you guys and to do this and to come on here with you guys, And, so I went and I had a great night, and I was able to pay for several nights in this hotel. So I had a roof over my head, and I had food, and I had a way to get to work, and everything was going to be okay. And it hurt, and I was struggling, and